we're grateful for SLC to be our opponents, and it's going to be a good game. So, and best of luck
Yes.
to Aman and Preview as well on this call.
It's going to be a lot of intense. It's going to be high pressure. It's going to be a great game. So, irrespective of the result, a lot of respect to your team.
It would be nice facing you, all the peeps in your team. So it would be fun. So may the best team win, and hopefully it's not a do or die.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to Beyond the Boundary, Michigan Cricket Association's official podcast. We are entering into a very crucial phase. I'm sure all of you are giving that one extra push to come out of that relegation zone, to qualify to the playoffs, or even to stay in top two positions to avoid the quarterfinals. So I'm sure it will pay off for you all. But today, our podcast is divided into two sections that will help us go through a very exceptional performance last weekend and also the semi-finalist captains from T30 to walk us through their experience so far and how are they preparing for one game that might help them go to F40 next year, which is the toughest format in Michigan Cricket Association so far. So, since MichCA started telecasting these T20 games, there are very less number of games those made me glued to the television and watch till the last ball. As far as I remember, the last game that I watched in that manner is the T20 Premier Final, Japan vs Chargers, and the second game that happened last weekend. A player who showed true grit and a belief that he wants to win no matter what. Maybe his team might not win, but the player definitely made a lot of people watch the game, and he won the hearts of a lot of people. And it's my pleasure to play with him in F40 format. In fact, he scored total runs of 530 runs in both F40 and T20 this year, but being a top scorer so far in Premier Division T20 format with 400 runs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Aman Mahipat from Troy Cricket Association, Premier Division. Welcome, Aman. Welcome to the show Beyond the Boundary, Michigan Cricket Association's official podcast. We are glad to have you here.
Thank you so much. It is a pleasure here.
Perfect. So, yeah, I'm sure I texted you this, but your last weekend innings was something that made me even to stick to the TV after a very long time, just because of one batsman. So, being a top scorer in the MichCA format, how does it feel carrying that title so far at the stage of the season?
I think it is my first time being for the last 3-4 years. I have been in the top 10, top 15 list, but this is the first time as of now, I've been scoring the most amount of runs. By God's grace, hopefully it continues. Uh, I am happy that I'm able to contribute for the team. At the end of the day, that's all matters, and that is what we play for. We do play recreational cricket, but at the same time, things do get intense at some point where we want to win or we want to put that effort in. So I'm glad that whatever the post or pre-season sessions that happened with me during the winters, how did I work with my body? Let it be my mind, the sessions that I had, all of them are working out. So that is a good thing for me, I guess.
That's good to hear, though, because you touched a very important aspect that, how my mind and body works. So just to have that continuity for the conversation, what sort of preparation you do, let it be a physical or mental wise, just before the game or even the preseason, that makes you feel like I'm ready for the game or even the season?
So I would say all these runs that I'm scoring for all the pre-season work that I've done. Honestly, this was the first, I guess, pre-season where I literally worked out, like not only on my body, but as well on my, I was very particular with my discipline. Let it be my sleep, let it be my eating, what I was eating. I was cutting down on all the spice stuff. I was making sure I'm exercising 3 or 4 days a week, focusing on all the muscles that play a very important role in my in the game. So let it be. I know that the shoulder and the hip play important role, but mostly it is the lower body that creates a major impact. So I was very much focused on that as well. Uh, and then finally, 3 or 4 months before the season, I put a lot of effort in cardio as well to put that increase my endurance levels and stuff like that. So all these physically helped me, but for my mind, I think it is game by game. So before I start the game, I we are all playing recreational cricket. We all understand that we have a life aside of all this. But when I'm in the game, I try to keep all of that tensions, let it be whatever it is going on, keep it on the side for the 3 hours I'm playing. I want to focus on the game, just take it ball by ball, see how what is going on, and then let's go forward with it and see how it happens. It is like that. I just focus on the game and that right moment at that time.
That's a very important thing, though, what you said. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's not only about the preseason preparation, but also what you eat and how often you take a good rest. That definitely contributes, because you're not only the batsman. You keep 20 overs, 40 overs. Saturday you keep 40 overs, and on Sunday you keep 20 overs. So keeping 60 overs and playing another 20 hours of a batting, I don't think it's a joke. It's a very hard unless you are fit. And thanks for emphasizing that fitness always makes a lot of impact even at the recreational level of cricket. I don't think Premier Division is any more a recreational level of cricket, though. The level of competition
That
we
is
have,
true.
you know.
That is true. The players coming from minor league,
Yeah,
the players who are here as well, they have improved a lot. The standards of MichCA has gone so high
yep,
that I would not call it like, yeah, it is not easy to survive even in
yep.
Premier, I would say.
Agreed. Even the people, the players who play at MichCA itself, there is a huge increase in the talent because of competing with uh, major minor league players in various different tournaments. So yeah, definitely fitness. And another thing you touched is mindset. So this year you have been the architect of three very close chases. Leave about win or lose. On any given day, only one team can win and one team can lose, right? But I really like the mentality of yours that I want to win the game. And walk us through, your emotions of all these three games. Like, let it be with the Japan, Novi, or even the last weekend game, whatever the order you want.
So before I get into that, I guess preseason or right before April or February, March or February, I was just going through some YouTube videos and I saw Kevin Peterson's take on T20 cricket. So he said that, okay, when I go to the crease, first 10 balls, I try to play myself in. Let it be T20, let it be a test match, let it be one day internationals, anything. And in those 2 balls, 10 balls, if I get two boundaries, and then if I get 4 or 5 singles, I'm already above 100% strike rate. So that is what has stuck with me in my head all the time. So now, whenever I go to the crease, two things I do. First thing, I focus on the first 10 balls. And if I survive the 10 balls, then I'm sure that I have middled a couple of balls here and a couple, 3 or 4 balls, I've middled them. And then after that, I'm pretty sure in those 10 balls, I may have got a couple of over pitched balls, which I have put them out for a four or something like that. So I am above that 15 or 120, 130 strike rate. And then another thing I do is all the players, whoever I play with, they are always focused on the score. Like what is the required rate or what is my run rate right now? I tell my whoever is on the leg umpire, whoever is the main umpire, I just ask, okay, what is the score right now? I don't ask about, okay, what is the required rate, how many runs I need per ball, per over, or anything like that. My focus is, okay, let me focus on the next ball. If the ball is in the slot, let it be the first ball, let it be the 15th or the 30th ball. I try to play my shot. If it is in my zone, I try to play with my strengths. But if it is a good ball, I try to just rotate and go to the other side and stay. So I play very simple cricket. I don't complicate things, and that keeps my mind clear of what I want to do, and that is how it works for me.
So I understand that that's the way how you build the innings. Not worried about uh, how much is required, but taking ball by ball. Correct?
Yeah, in the Novi game, in the Japan game, until the 17th over, I was there. I never asked what is the score, what is the run rate, nothing. When it was last 3 overs left, only then I asked whoever is the leg umpire, hey, what is the score, what is the required rate? That is when I am like, okay, now I think we need to put that foot on the pedal now. So that is what I do, and the same thing happened in the Japan game as well. I asked, and the next one I got out. And the BNR game as well, same thing happened. I asked and I got out. Then this year, this game, I never asked until the 19th over. I was like, let it go. Don't worry about it.
That's good to hear. That's a very good improvement. In fact, the self introspection is very important even in the middle of the season, and I'm glad that you could see that. But if someone asks you in these three very good innings, what would be your favorite, the one that stands out most?
I would always prefer the Japan game. There are many reasons for it because it was our first game in the season, first of all. In addition, it was our first game in Premier this year. So we
After 3 years.
qualified from Division 1, we went into Premier. And once that game happened, it put a whenever a team comes from Division 1 to Premier, they are called underdogs or easy to beat or something like that. But when that innings came in, and it not only my innings, but the impact that my teammates like Chandi or Hemant are having smaller impacts, but still they are having great impacts in the game. They are having that put us on the map. Hey, this team is not easy to beat. It will be a difficult game. So even when we were playing DRCC, beating DRCC was a big deal.
It
We did not
is.
expect. Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
it is a high quality team, and this came
Agreed.
very hard at us.
Agreed.
So
DRCS is very high quality team.
So that couple of the first innings put us on the map, and then no team after that I have seen has have taken us easily. And when the second game with the BBNR happened, when we lost the first game with Japan by 1 run and BBNR by 2 runs, so then it was like nobody was taking us easily, and we were playing. Every game was our players were creating that impact. I felt so that is what we care about, right? We don't care about the process. Okay, win or loss, it's not in our hands. But if we are following our process, we are doing our practice sessions, we are doing our works and everything. Bowlers are doing
Right.
the job, doing the job. It's good. That's all we care
Agreed.
about.
Yeah, you mean we don't care about the result, but we care about the process, how we go there. I agree with you.
That is what MSD says. Just think about
Right.
the process. You follow
Yeah.
the process, the results will come.
Yeah. In fact, after your first Japan game, when I was going through the notable performances, this game came up in that. And that's the one thing I said. TCA is the one team that you all have to watch out for because there are various reasons for that. Japan is one of the best bowling attacks in Premier, and you, scoring almost like 190 plus against that sort of bowling attack is not easy at all to any sort of batsman. And coming up from Division 1 after 3 years and playing the first Premier League game and doing that, I think the team needs a lot of guts, and I'm sure TCA has been showing that for past 10 games, or 9 games, sorry.
It is not only me. Actually, the overall team, the morale is so high. Even if we lose, nobody is like down because we know that we are giving that fight. Doesn't matter
Agreed.
if we win or lose. We are
Yes.
giving that fight every game. We are seeing. Let it be the bowlers. Out of 5 or 6 bowlers we have, 3 bowlers do their job excellently. A couple of them
Right.
do not have a good day, but that's all right. That's all part and parcel of the game. So as long as the morale is high, the team likes to go around, enjoy the time that they have 3-4 hours. We win. That is a good thing. We lose, we learn. That's it. And go ahead
Agreed.
next week.
Definitely, definitely. Again, touching on the team, yes, because Aman Mahipat alone cannot do that. There are a lot of people who improved by themselves the whole season. And about that, which teammate you think really stepped in these crunch games, even if it went unnoticed? The reason why I'm asking, you are here because the innings you played or the season you're having so far, but who is another teammate that you think should be given credit to?
I think I would say two of them. First of all, it is Josh. So Josh Patel, who moved from, I guess, Macomb. This year he moved to TCA. And
Nice.
even though the wicket columns or the scorecard might not show it, but the amount of effort he puts in, his dedication, his discipline, and the intent that with which he bowls is really amazing. You should, if you see our game and come to our practice sessions, he does everything on his own. He has his own the warm up sessions, the equipment. He has everything different. So he's one guy always to watch out for. Amazing guy, very introvert, but when the ball is in his hand, he'll he'll have the batsman always guessing. Second one is Nayan sir. Now that spinner is a magician. Okay, one guy to the left-handers, he can bowl it a leg spinner. For the off, for the right-handers, he'll bowl a off spinner. So and then he's one such a player where the ball is given in such an area that every batsman wants to hit it. It comes as so tempting, but every batsman, whoever tries to come front foot or back foot, does a one mistake and he's gone. That's it. So and that dedication at that age, even if you see him take a wicket, the happiness that he sees, the jumping around that he does, that elevates the morale of the team as well.
Agreed, agreed. I see that even very good batsmen this season got stumped out in Nayansar's bowling, and it's a huge respect for him. Even at that age, even in this heat, for a so-called little young people like us, it's very hard to play. And the fact that he is still showing up at the ground and like fielding for 20 overs and like giving 4 overs every game, a huge kudos to him. Thanks for
Huge team,
bringing it up. Yeah, agreed. So yeah, we talked about how you prepare, how you get into the game, what is the mindset. But playing both Saturday and Sunday, it's very grueling, right? In that heat, 80, 85, and how do you reset after the weekend? What all the things you do to be ready for the week and be ready for the next weekend as well?
So after, if I have games both Saturday and Sunday, Monday I'll try to just relax, do not do anything. Most probably will make sure I get my 10K steps. So I just walk around, let it be during the office hours, lunchtime, or afterwards. Make sure I make sure Mondays especially, because Saturdays and Sundays we are so tired. Monday you don't have the luxury to cook or the time to cook, but that is the day I make sure I'm getting all my calories and whatever it is perfectly on spot, because that will make sure I'm fully ready and nutritious for the next 3-4 days. And then once Tuesday hits, I go to the gym in the morning. So Tuesday, Wednesday through Friday. And I do some usually I go in the morning like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then finish and go back to work. That has also been a game changer, actually getting up early, getting into that habit of getting up early, doing your work, and keeps your day, throughout the day you're energized. You're not sleeping until 7:30 and all. But and then after every I guess some of the supplements that I do take, that also helps. I guess most probably everybody takes that, like creatine or protein intake or whatever it is. So basic stuff I do, but I make sure that I'm disciplined with my food and my sleep. Those are the two things I make sure within the week I'm doing. That will help to make sure that Saturdays and Sundays and I'm back to normal by to play the full game.
That's nice. I definitely agree with you on that part. 5 a.m. workouts are a game changing. I started doing them in last September. It's just that it's not only about, your evening will be free and that sort of thing, but that early morning workout sets the whole momentum for the day. And it's if anyone wants to try, you all should try 5 a.m. workouts. It's a complete game changing life.
Yeah, you don't even. Yeah, I will say I did not even start one day in the morning. Hey, 5 a.m. I'm getting up and working out. That will not work out.
Yeah,
That is not
agreed.
sustainable.
Yeah,
But how I did it was I started with 6:15 and then I went to 6:05. Then I started to 4:15. Sorry,
agreed.
5:30, and then slowly took the time away.
Yeah,
And that really helped. Every week I changed the timing. So that really helps.
definitely. Yeah, you should not definitely start at 5 on one day. It's just that you'll wore out yourself on day 3. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
cool. So as we come near to this session, so what are your next steps? Every format so far is heading towards the business end. So what's your personal target? What are the team targets you're playing for? Can you walk us through?
Uh, More than the personal targets, is more about the team targets. Initially, before the start of the season, we always wanted to make sure, hey, this is the first year we are in Premier. We want to make sure that we stay in Premier. We were not, yeah. If we would have won three of the close games, we would have played quarterfinals. But we were like, we are very close to meeting our target. I can say that. So hopefully, I don't want to say it, but if some other teams lose or something like that happens, we'll be almost there. So I'm thinking by end of next week we'll know what is the status of our team staying in Premier or not. So we'll be very close to that. Personally, yeah, I just have one. I have a lot of F40 games left. I guess I play with you, so you know that. So F40 this year has been kind of a rocky road for me. I don't know why, because it doesn't make sense that a person who's scoring 400 plus runs in T20 and not scoring runs in F40. So hopefully that is the thing that I want to change during these 3-4 games which we have left. So, and then for personally, I just want to make sure I'm fit. I don't want to worry about the runs or anything like that. As long as I am injury free, I'm fit and I'm getting my nutrition, I think I should be good for the season. Hopefully, one last T20 game, which is against you again. I hope that it should be a case where we win or lose, both teams are safe. That's all I want. But we'll see how it goes, and hopefully, I score some runs and I stay on the top. So,
Yeah, I think you're by far the difference of 85 runs for you and the second spot. But the more important thing, I don't want it to be unnoticed. You said there is still a probability of TCA getting delegated. You will get to know about your place in Premier. I really hope that's not the case, because teams those playing with that sort of mindset and giving us that sort of good games, they deserve to stay in Premier. I wholeheartedly hope you will stay in Premier for the efforts the team kept and staying in Division 1 after 3 years. So yeah,
the team's morale is high, the team is doing well.
yeah,
Whatever be the result, we'll take it. But
right.
we just want to play the right cricket and play it the right way and enjoy cricket. That's it.
Agreed, definitely. Cool. All right. I think those are all the questions I have, but I always ask the two questions to everyone who attends the podcast. So the two questions are: who is your favorite cricketer in the world, and who is your favorite cricketer from Mich-CA?
You're talking about in the world currently playing or
In
in the world?
general, who is your favorite cricketer in life? Let's say.
When I was since childhood, because I was a left-hander batsman, I always admired Saurav Ganguly. So he has always been like that is why I got attracted to cricket, to play cricket and stuff like that. So he's one of the, let it be his leadership, let it be his captaincy, the game, or his playing on the offsides. It was legendary. So he's still one of my very favorite cricketers as of now. Uh, in Mishka, I see a lot of people talking about batters who are their favorite. But couple of them from a batting point of view, I will say that Arjun Ajwani is one of the very good cricketers in Mishka has ever seen. Let it be his temperament, let it be his the variety of shots he has, the patience with which he plays. That is one amazing thing. And just to point out bowlers, I would say you're one of the best bowlers MichCA has ever seen.
Well, so you're the second person to say that. I'll definitely take it as a compliment. I hope I work hard moving forward. But going back to Arjun Ajbani, his class. Even in last podcast, there is one of the captains from T30. He said the same thing, and apparently I had to bowl to him in F40. There is no video for this, but I can try to explain. The six he hit me on fine leg. I just cannot believe he played that shot, and even like some of the teammates from ODCC, they just couldn't believe how Arjun pulled the shot. I did not even think that a batsman can hit that shot for that sort of line and length. So, yeah, Arjun is one of the finest batsmen in Michigan, and it's very hard to bowl to him.
And also a very good human being.
Yes, I agree with you.
Good person to talk to, very good human being.
Imagine he's not completely fit for past few years, but scoring centuries, and how deadly it could be if he's completely fit. It's just too good of a batsman. Cool.
He's like the person who I always admire. I see him play. It doesn't look like he's scoring, but when you see his scorecard, it is like 50 of 20 balls or something like that.
Agreed. Cool. I think that's all I got for you, Aman. Thanks for the time. Really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you having me on the podcast. Hope you guys have a very good match coming up.
Yeah, for sure. You too. Good luck. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Yep. See ya. Welcome, Praveer. Welcome, Jeremy and Umair. Welcome to Beyond the Boundary, Michigan Cricket Association's podcast. It's first time you have been here, so really appreciate that.
Thank you, Satya.
Sure,
Thank you.
definitely. Anytime. Being in semifinals again. I know the pressure of playing semifinals. That too, like this is a do or die game for next year's of 40 and all. We'll talk about it definitely. But for the viewers, they already know Michigan Rangers because Manoj was here last time on behalf of MIRC. But Praveer and Jeremy, Praveer first, if you can give introduction about your team, how far you have been in the league and how did you come in semifinals?
Yeah, I think it was a really good journey for us, especially like starting off from the top. We had two really good games, and then we lost two games against SLCC and Warriors, and then we went to the number 6, number 7, and we slowly picked up, like had 5 wins back to back. So I think we touched all the spots from 1 to 6 or 7. But it's been a good journey. I think the team has pulled together really well, and everyone is stepping up when they get their opportunities. I think that's a good sign.
Very nice. You can never write off DSK Bulls, I'm telling you. It's not a joke. For real, I have been seeing DSK Bulls playing a very good cricket for past few years. I'm glad that things are working out for you all this year. Over to you, Jeremy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a successful season so far. 6 wins. We had the 1 no result, 1 loss, 1 hiccup. We started our season a bit later than the other teams on May 31st, and that's a positive thing because we escaped the brutal winter the first couple of weeks of May, right? You don't want to be taking catches in the ice cold. So
Oh yeah.
we started late. We started against SLCE, who, funnily enough, is going to be our semi-final opponent tomorrow. So we ended up winning that game, which is a positive. But we've had a great run so far. Many different club records broken. So highest individual run score, highest team total, highest win margin, etc. So we've got a very talented squad. Many all-rounders. Probably the best opening pair batsmen in the competition, and we've got high-quality opening bowlers as well. So I'm very lucky to be a part of this squad. and very fortunate to be captaining this team. And so, looking forward to the semi tomorrow.
Definitely. I hear that you're saying you started the season late, but I also heard that you are the first team to go to the semifinals, right?
Yeah. So
so,
funny how
so
things work. Yeah, and
right.
with the SLC on the front and on the back end, it's quite that symmetry is quite funny as well.
Right. So yeah, it's all like not when you start, but how you end up,
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you see I'm blurry or any of you guys are blurry, don't worry about it. The eventual video comes out pretty good. It's just that the network sometimes is a little bad, so it's all good. So, to Jeremy, I have played against you. If I remember, like in Clinton Township last year, uh, your team has been doing very good. If you ask me, comparing with last year, leave about the T30 F40 format, but people like Umesh Bapat and Jagminder Singh, if I didn't mispronounce his name. So, can you walk us through your preseason, discussions or like preparations that made you, to be honest, one of the successful teams in T30, if you ask me?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting question. So, when it comes to like team planning and preparation, we have our preparation and application of the skills during the season, but preseason and recruitment is probably the most important thing, right? Most of the time, the war is won before the first battle, right? So you have to be, willing to go in and have people around you that you have confidence in, but then also have the skills and talent to win you those big games and step up in those big moments. And the two names that you mentioned, Umesh and Jagminder, I refer to the best opening pair of batsmen in the competition, and that's those two guys, right? And so again, very very fortunate that they're a part of our team and they're opening the batting for us. But Jagminder was recruited thanks to Pranesh. So Pranesh Ambati, he's the one who through the batting club he sees all the talent. And he saw Jagminder training with his dad. Doing with the bowling machine, and then he just pinched him straight away. So very fortunate with Jagminder. But those are our two opening batsmen. But then we've got these all rounders that come through in Manoj and Hassan. And for us, Hassan is a young talent that came through into our team. And he's actually a debutant for this season for us, and he's had an amazing season. He's a young guy, and he's been scoring a ton of runs and taking wickets in crucial games. So, I mean, in terms of preparation, that recruitment during the preseason was really good for us in bringing in new players, and that really goes to show you it's the chief ingredient in comparing season and season. We just had this inflow of new talent that's come through and starting to flourish.
That's good to hear, though. I believe I have seen Jagminder in batting club, but I did not know that it's him because he was practicing while we were practicing in the nets. But it's good. It's good that I believe Pranesh is he the one who owns MICF? I believe, right?
He owns the batting club, yeah, and he runs MichCA club too. Yes.
Yes, right. Yeah. So
Chairman.
he's a very good guy because sometimes I straight call him whenever I have to go to batting club. So a very good individual. I'm glad that both the clubs are doing good. But on the similar note, Pravir, I have a similar question for you, but in a little slight different way. You are by far like one of the top standing cricketers in T30, So I am very curious. I haven't played much against you, but I'm very curious about how you prepare yourself and your team, or how you have been preparing so far this season and to play the toughest format next year. I mean, hopefully, right?
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, I think like what Jeremy said, like it's a little contrast with our team. So I still remember when I joined DSK Bulls 3 years back, walking into a pitch, we were like pretty much like, yeah, this is gonna be a game we can't win. If it's against Odia, we know Satya's gonna knock us out, and we're just gonna. So it was like the approach or the mindset that we had 3 years back was more like maybe one game we could win, and the entire season we won like one. And coming from there to like every single person in our team has put in the effort. Like once the season is done, they go to the practice, they practice all along winter, and it's almost like the core team is pretty much the same. But I have seen a lot of improvement coming from 3 years till now, and whether they're doing fielding practice or batting coaching and everything, right? So going along with them, somehow I picked it up my game as well because I got to practice a lot as well, being in the team. That's what I love about this team. And seeing from there to now, where every person is like, let's go for the win. Like the intent and the mindset has completely changed. Like there's everybody now believes in themselves and says, like, we can do this. So I think like just taking one ball at a time and one game at a time and trusting our process to be here has truly like changed how we approach the SK Bulls.
You know, I'll tell you one thing though. There is a lot of mindset betterment this season across all the teams in Mich-CA. I'm not joking though, because if you see a TCA how they play, I'm not sure whether you watched the last week's game, how the game got tied in Premier, like Aman Mahipat like took all the way to 90. Even with the DSK Bulls though, you have been consistently scoring 280, 290, like I mean sometimes 260, even 30 overs, which I cannot imagine because it's like if you play a 40, it's almost like scoring 320, 350 runs, you know? So, and the last 10 overs could go any big, could go 80, could go 100, you know? That mindset, I see that it's a very deadly thing for bowlers because no bowler wants to bowl against such kind of teams. Imagine like you are part of a bowling unit that your opponents score like 30 overs, 260 runs. It's just a pure nightmare because I have been in that case. Opponents scored 220 runs against us, you know, couple of times. But there is a huge change in mindset with the batsmen and it is very hard for the bowlers this year. Not sure if you're following my podcast. I've been telling that this year has been so far a batsman's paradise and bowler's nightmare. That's how I sum it up so far. Yeah. But
Definitely.
I'll go with that mindset though because I have some extended questions on that for both Umar and Anvesh. Umar, there is a huge talk about your 99 like not out. I am hearing a very different versions. I don't know if I were you, I would have gone for century. So I even talked to some of your teammates. Like, I mean, dude, are you joking? 99 and like not even taking it, but I heard a good story about it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so there's the thing. So when I think Srinath, or Shrikant, when we two were betting, so he was on 45, I was still like on 87 or something, and I was like, let's go for your century or something. Or he was in his 30s, 40 or something like that. He hit a 4, and then he took a run. And on the leg side there was, you know, the umpires as ours. He's basically telling us like the scores of like individuals, and I wish there was a recording. I stopped in between like the pitch. I'm like, just go back, try to hit a 50, because his last 50 he scored was in 2023, and since then he hasn't hit a 50 or anything. Like his highest score was like in early 40s or something like that. So it was like, if you're a batsman, so it's something like, you know, it's a milestone even if you hit a 50 or something. But he was like, no, you know, 90 is achievable. And I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So we took that run, and then I like the next ball, I'm like, I ended up hitting like, I don't know, like 9 or 10 or 11 runs or something like that. And yeah, that ended up at 99. So so that's how, what the story was behind it. And there was a whole like talking session on the pitches happening. So but yeah, it is what it is. But I told my team one thing, like as we approach like the quarterfinals, the semifinals, or the finals, if we go into it, one of the performances is due. Either it's against Bulls or either it's against any semifinals. So so I'm basically waiting for that. Hope it kicks in sooner or later.
Hopefully you'll score century. I mean, I
Shots
know that
fired.
your opponent is here, so I just don't want to say anything that who you score against. But I know that you are another player in the team, Michigan Rangers. So I think it's good to hear from a player sometimes. You know, I was with Manoj even in the nets. So what is one thing that you like in your leadership group so far? like in Manoj, or I think Anil is another vice captain, right? So as a player, what makes you think this team can go all the way?
So one of the thing is basically the collaboration between each and every one. So few of our players are also coming from Lansing. So picking them up, coming and then going into the matches, that's like a bit commitment every week by the players, right? So Anil has been performing that commitment for like ever since. The second thing I would say is the discussion which we are doing, and it's a very transparent discussion, right? Even if we have to demote anyone from a certain position to a certain position of betting, we discuss it openly within the team while we are practicing, because that is something which is important. Because at times, let's say against DSK Bulls, like our game which we lost, and it was a big chaos. I was demoted to 4 and 5 because we wanted to give chances to the other players, and our whole strategy basically flopped, and it was a nightmare for us. But I guess like some things happens for good. We saw what was were bad decisions we made, and we ended up like that. So these are small things which basically adds up while the discussion and while we're gelling up, and it basically makes up the team strong and committed more.
Yeah, I always believe that irrespective of superstars or not, when the team has that brotherhood, those teams are very dangerous. I'm not joking, because that's how the team I play for. We don't have big players, but when each and everyone supports the 11 players on the ground, I mean, those teams are deadly. I'm so fan of that sort of teams. Even the opponent I'm playing tomorrow is the same thing, Samrats. I did not get a chance to sit in an interview with that captain, but yeah, I'm just so nervous right now. Keep it that way, you know. So yeah, but on the mindset thing, I was watching closely the game with the SLCE playing with Michigan Warriors. Anvesh, I see that scoring 140. You were 83 for 6, and the day before we talked about that street smart player Tarun Rampati.
Yeah.
So I still believe he's so smart, because so street smart. I mean, I play FIFA with him. We used to play every night. That FIFA 23, we are that close. So, but walk us through the emotions that you had in the dugout, because chasing 140 against a bowling attack like Michigan Warriors and 83 for 6 is not a joke. You team must be a little worried, right? So, what were the discussions and what happened in that?
I mean, before we get into the second innings of the game, right? I want to talk about the first innings. So, getting into the quarterfinals, more very batting heavy team, right? I mean, they always score very big. So we had to strategize on a few of the players. They had like at least 3-4 players who can take the game away from us very easily. So what really worked out for us is, we really strategized. We planned for those 4 people, and we were able to execute and pull it off. So that's the best part of that game for us. And once these 4 people were gone, we were able to contain them. We believe is a lesser target than what we were expecting, right? So initially we were like, okay, maybe given the conditions in the bloomer, it will be a high scoring pitch and high scoring ground. So maybe 180 is on the board, but we were able to contain them under that. So we were very, very happy with that. Getting into the second innings, we thought that, we should not take pressure because it's very easy target, because we were thinking about 180 on the board, right? And we were able to but unfortunately, cricket is a funny game and nobody can predict anything. So we lost few wickets at the beginning of the innings very quickly. Actually, in our play, I think we lost 3 wickets. That kind of put a lot of pressure on us. But again, we have guys who believe that they can do from whatever situation we can pull this off, right? So we have guys like that who can think. I mean, for example, we have very underrated and very not very spoken of player. He's Chin Aradhya. And we also have others, like I spoke about others also, right? So they both put up a very good partnership for us. That kind of took the pressure off. They kind of stopped the entire game and slowed it down, um, picking quick singles, running between the wickets and all, right? So they kind of set us the platform and they showed us how to play this game, right? So every batsman who is following them kind of try to mimic what they were doing. Instead of focusing on scoring big runs like boundaries, we were mainly focused on hitting singles and doubles, and just pick singles rather than smashing it big to the boundaries. That really worked out well for us, and we were able to pull off that game. Yeah.
Man, you just gave a template how to play playoffs. I mean, no, no joke. That's true. That's how we lost couple of games. Even in F40, going big in the middle overs. I was like, this is exactly what I was talking to my teammates. But there is a very important thing, though. Like, it's for all of you. I sometimes feel playing that extra quarterfinal, even though it's a game that we can win or lose, is always advantage, because the huge gap sometimes might be a bit counterproductive. But before you guys who played quarterfinals share those thoughts, I love to hear from Praveer and Jeremy. Do you think that there is a disadvantage for you not playing quarterfinals?
I mean, it depends if you're on the winning side or not. But at least I think definitely it helps, because any playoff, you will have nerves, you will have some pressure going into a playoff. It's not easy. So being on the winning side, definitely there is certain help to it. But at the same point, like, we have to like look within ourselves and believe in our team, and like trust ourselves in what we have achieved so far, and just like there was a reason why we went into semis directly. So I think having faith in that is more important.
Agreed. And in fact, sometimes rest is important, considering playing in 85 and 90s is not a joke every week. A 40 T20. So I agree. Okay, Jeremy, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. As soon as we finished that game 8 game, we identified that we're going to have 2 weeks off here, and that's potentially going to be a detriment. So, there are pros and cons, like we're discussing, in that. In the pros are you get to rest, and then it gives your bowlers, particularly that additional, week or two to recover, and then you get additional time for your team to recover from injuries. If there are any niggling injuries or serious injuries that have happened, you get additional time. But playing, there's nothing like match time and being there, right? So actually playing. So we've kind of countered that by doing extra training sessions. We had a session at Bloomer Park, on Thursday, just to kind of get used to the pitch. It's been more than a year since I played there personally, so that was invaluable, just getting used to the bounces of the pitch in anticipation of the game. So, I mean, I guess in short, there are pros and cons. Ultimately, we'll see tomorrow, the results of the game to see if it impacted us or not.
Agreed. I mean, that's a good strategy. Practicing, not on the same pitch, but at least a practice game or a session that can help your team to keep in touch. That's cool. As we're near to the podcast, I have like 2 questions. Not the same questions I ask everyone. I thought of changing different because the 4 captains are here. So let's start with, Anvesh, Umar, Praveer, and Jeremy. I say Umair because I have another Umair in my life. I'm sorry. But so Anvesh, I have the first question I have for you all. Who do you think the one player is really crucial from your team in this semifinals?
Again, I cannot name one person. This is a team sport, and there is a team contribution, and I really cannot name one person. But we have others, we have Un, we have Chin, yeah. I mean, including myself, right? So there are a lot of people. Like, it's a team sport, so I cannot really name one person that this guy is very crucial for us. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we are seeing that this is like a team sport and everybody is contributing. And if you go look at our scorecards, that's the case. Like, we did not win any game because of one sole person, right? So there was a contribution from every player. So that's actually been one of the main aspects of our team, that there is a contribution all around, both from batting and bowling side.
Actually, I'm glad you said that. Maybe let me correct my question in a different way. What is one thing SLCE should do that you did not do in quarterfinals to win this game?
Maybe not lose quick wickets. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Over to you, Omar.
Yeah, I mean, for us, exactly the same thing. Like, I think we need that long partnerships between like each and every wicket which is being fallen, and I guess we need to give less extras so that we're bowling to the to frustrate the other team to the level of frustration.
I think the extras thing is a real struggle for a lot of teams. Sorry if I stopped you, but you play with Red Ball, right? T30, same thing.
Correct.
Yeah, for some reason this year's Red Ball is so good that it even swings around like 30-35 overs. So if your bowler is hard to control that, it's very hard, there was a time where in 3 or 4 games even my team bowled like 30-40 extras. I just couldn't comprehend, because bowling 40 extras in a game is technically you're bowling 7 hours extra, right?
Exactly.
So which is very hard. So
yeah. I'm enjoying it. I like the
I know.
ball.
I know.
Glad. I think we are the only 2 full-time bowlers here in this podcast.
Yeah, man. I'm the only bowler. Yeah, I don't even bat much. So, yeah. Over to you, Praveer.
Okay, so what is it?
So, what is one thing your team should be doing that for you did not do in the league stages to go to finals?
So I think it all comes down to catches. Like, being as disciplined as we can in taking those catches is going to be super crucial for us in the semis.
Agreed. Catches win matches, That's how
Yeah.
people say it. Over to you, Jeremy.
I mean, it's a tough question because we've had a decent run throughout. So I'll answer that question a different way. I think it's going to be really important for us is just to really focus on, instead of focusing on the win, just focusing on executing our skills. So whether that's batting or bowling, and just taking every ball as it comes and not thinking too far ahead. I'd say that's going to be our focus for tomorrow.
Cool. I think someone said that. I think Aman in the previous interview, he said that the process is what that matters than the result. I definitely agree with you. The final question for the day. Let's start in the reverse order. Jeremy, Praveer, Omar, and Anvesh. If you can pick one player from your opponent and you can add it in your team, who would that be? I'm sure you studied your opponents well enough. I'm very damn sure about that. So yeah, go ahead, Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, so Anvesh actually alluded to him and mentioned that he's an underrated player, but there's no way that we're underrating him. It's Chin, because he's a high quality spinner, and then he's a power hitter as well, and he's an X factor. So, I mean, he would be a luxury on any team. So that's the guy that I think would worry us, and who we have plans for, and who we would want in our team. We could.
Man, I have been hearing about that player a lot. Even a couple of folks told me Chin Aradhya, right?
Yep.
A couple of folks told me about him, so I have to go and look for him. Yeah. Over to you, Praveer.
Yeah, I have the person here, Umar. I mean, he's such a solid opener, somebody who can really get the ball moving and take the game away. So I think it'll be a great addition if he can come in. It's an open.
Oh, I did not think of that way, but this is interesting. All right, over to you, Omar.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I was like, he's basically a running machine right now, Praveer. And then also, I think the other guy is basically the veteran in his team is Mahesh, I guess that's his name. He's a solid opener as well. So these both would be an amazing. I would just pick two actually instead of one. And that would, I know both is gonna be on their back foot after that. So, so if those two could come to us, it would be amazing.
Cool. To you, Anvesh.
From MichCA, yeah, right there, in the call, right? I would pick Jeremy and both the captain of the team. Probably are the good additions if they can. Yeah, if I can pick.
Nice. Cool. I think that's all I got. If you have anything to share, to your opponent or to your team, I think this is the time. If you want to go in an order, feel free to, because I'm sure this is the time. For some teams, it's like a final. The two finalists will be playing F40s, and the two people who lost, they will be playing T30s. So whoever want to go first, feel free to. If you have anything to share with the team or the opponent or even MichCA, yeah, it's an open channel now.
I mean, good luck, right?
Yeah, what I'll say to Anvesh and his team is that SLC are a very professional squad. So Satish runs a tight ship, and we're very grateful for that, because if people are putting in effort, in terms of getting to the ground early, setting up the field, and Satish is a very friendly guy as well, right? So we're grateful for SLC to be our opponents, and it's going to be a good game. So, and best of luck to Aman and Pravir as well on this call.
I like it, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy. I want to say first, thank you, Satya. I know that organizing this, a lot of people watch it, we follow it, so it's a fun thing, and I think it's a good addition to MichCA as well. And to Umar and the team, I know it's a high pressure game. I know we both have competed before. It's like pivotal for both of us, and you guys have played exceptional cricket throughout the season, starting from start. You've been on the top of the table for a long time, and I'm sure the better team is gonna come out irrespective of the result. Huge respect for the team, and it's gonna be a fun battle. It's gonna be a lot of intense. It's gonna be high pressure. It's gonna be a great game. So irrespective of the result, a lot of respect to your team. And Jeremy, Anvesh, all the best, and it'll be a good ride. So we'll see who comes out.
Yeah.
I should go the next then. So yeah, best of luck to all the opponents, Jeremy and Vesh. Especially you guys. You guys are playing in the afternoon, so it's gonna be a lot of heat. So be prepared for that. We played last week, so it was tough. So yeah, be prepared for the conditions. Pravir, yeah, good luck to you and your team. You guys have a really nice squad. It was really nice playing with you the last time, but I know you missed the game for some reason. So
I was in Mexico.
Oh, you were in Mexico. Enjoy it. So yeah, it would be nice facing you, all the peeps in your team. So it would be fun. So may the best team win, and hopefully it's not a do or die.
I like what you said. It's so hot. So whoever playing on Saturdays, my team, your teams, every opponent, make sure you guys stay hydrated. But I really like how we ended conversation. It takes some guts to wish an opponent like play well. I'm sure we all are pretty sportive way of doing the things. But thank you so much for joining the show, folks. Whoever goes to the finals, I'll see you next week. Also, I'll see you in F40 next year. So definitely, thank you so much for joining, guys.
Thank you, Satya. All the best.
Have a nice one,
Good luck.
guys. Bye.